Lately, I've been finding it a lot of trouble having to get like creative, you know, like crochet something, draw something, felt. I couldn't do anything, and I'm not even sure why, Because I consider myself a pretty creative person, but I just can't get the effort or the inspired enough. I don't know, I'm not sure what word I'm looking for, but I think it's kind of for many reasons why I've really been feeling hesitant to create. I'm a pretty creative person. Like, even as a child, I was always like DIYing. You remember like the OG YouTubers, like how to make desk organization out of cardboard, or like putting chapstick and, melting it in the fridge. Whole bunch of crap. I would consider myself the DIY queen. I was doing a lot. Lately, it's just been gone. And like, I'll get like the spouts of when I'm really inspired to make something, and I'll just make a whole lot, and it's all I'll ever do, and then for months I'll do nothing. It's not like I don't want to create, I just can't get myself to do it. Can't get up, can't start. And it's a really weird feeling. So I broke it down into a few different broad ideas on why I think that we're all struggling to create. So I'll go over them. I think the first part is social media. And now, I'm sorry, I know everybody says that. Social media is the root of all evil. It's all of our problems. I know we're kind of tired of hearing about it, but it really is just so many of our issues. It really is just the root of so many of the problems we currently have. It really is that damn phone. We need to put the phones down. It's kind of ironic because you're probably watching this on a phone or a computer, and I'm filming it on a phone. But, well, I do think social media is full of wonderful, creative people. Like myself, like you, like many of the people who do crochet, makeup, sewing, drawing, singing, music, anything on social media. I think it's a really good hub of talent. Everyone can post it, and then we can see everything from everywhere. I could follow someone in Japan, and they could follow someone from Uganda. Like, it's not just bad. We're connecting. A quick question. So, how many of you guys have you have Pinterest boards, Instagram, YouTube playlists of tutorials saved for later? You really have thousands of ideas. Cause let's all be real. We don't have one or two ideas saved. We have thousands, more than we could ever even create in one lifetime. But yet, how many times do you go on there and you go and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna find some ideas. Yeah, I'm just looking for some ideas. I'm just looking for new things to do. I don't know what to do. You have boards full of plenty of things to do, but we don't do it. We keep scrolling. Well, I think it's probably for a few reasons. I think most of us have an internet addiction, and I know we've all been becoming more aware of our issues with technology. We still have a long way to go, but we're getting somewhere. Yeah. We spend a lot of our time consuming more than we're creating. And even while I was writing about this, thinking, it sounds kind of hypocritical because you'll hear so many people tell you, like, oh, you need to go out there and create. But you're also watching this, so I'm like critiquing us on watching instead of creating, while hoping that you watch me instead of creating. It's a whole thing. I mean, I guess the only thing I could ask is that if you put this on in the background and go do something, go crochet, go pick up a project, do something, do your makeup. I also think another reason I've been hesitant to create is this fear that what I'm making is bad. I think for a while now I've been hesitant to do things or even start things that I'm not like really confident that will come out right at the end. You know, like I won't try a new technique, a new stitch. I'll just stick with double crochet, double stitch because I know that I know how to do that. This being afraid to start things that I think will be bad is the is an issue. Touching a little bit on this being scared of failure is what stopped me from really like just having fun with YouTube for years, showing my face, doing different things. Like I just was afraid that it was going to be bad, like if it gets 2 views. But I really think if it gets 2 views, who cares? Like you had fun. I'm having fun. You know, isn't that all you could really ask for? So the first craft I did was, I remember I had a week off in between the semester changes of school from like spring to fall semester. So I thought that this would be the perfect time to calm down, take some time, and I wanted to challenge myself to do crafts that I usually don't do. You know, I often crochet and I could do other things, but most of the ones I chose here were either completely new or just something that I'm not as good at. So the first craft I did was drawing. Now I love to draw when it's looking nice, but when I suck, yeah, not so much. I have given drawing a few attempts recently, but I never really committed to the drawing and continue to do ones even after it looks bad. I just was like, okay. I think this was also one of the first few times I really tried to like go all the way through, even if it was being bad or looking bad, I should say. I leaned into it. I was like, she looks a little funky, but it's okay. So I drew one of my most recent obsessions, my special interests, the amazing digital circus. I drew Jax, who, if you would have guessed it, is not my favorite character. My favorite character is Ragatha. Yeah, I see a lot of myself in her, but I just drew Jax because he's easy. I drew Ragatha, but she didn't look cute. She didn't look cute at all. I tried, but I kept drawing Jax because that damn bunny's so easy. And I like the way he looks. I like his character design, I should say. And then I also drew My Little Pony, which I showed, but I don't show me drawing. I love Pinkie Pie. She's my favorite pony. So the second craft I did was I mentioned Pinkie Pie. It was like a DIY jewelry. I really like to go to the mall often, and at Hot Topic I kept seeing like these little necklaces of the main six and the main six and the alicorns, I think they're called, as necklaces, but they were like $20, and I'm not paying $20. So I had a little figure from like 2018. It's super old. I stuck a needle through its head to make a hole, and then put like a little ring around it so I could put a chain through it, and I made a necklace. I was like, wow, look at me. I lobotomized her. I lobotomized Pinkie Pie, but it looked nice. It was so hard getting that needle through her mane because I had to stick it in the top of her mane. That was so difficult. I had hurt my fingers so bad pinching. The last craft I tried was a felt project, actually. Now, this was completely new territory for me. I've never done any kind of felt project. Oh, I was watching The Amazing Digital Circus while I did this felt project. Yeah, I was going through a phase. Wait, no, I lied. This was not the first felt project I did. I did a felt wallet, which I show at the end, and that was fun, but I had a lot of trouble with the thread, so I didn't even try to do the thread this time. I just used glue because I couldn't even, I don't know, I have to figure out what I was doing wrong with the thread, but the thread was hard, so I used glue. This project, I would say, was like a felt frame. You could put like a photo card. I put a Pokemon card in there. I think you could even, depending, play around with the size and put a Polaroid photo. I think it's really up to you. But I had a lot of fun just, cutting the little shapes, enjoying my shows. I think I was drinking my coffee too. I don't know, I had a lot of fun. I think the overall takeaway from this is to just create more. I think a lot of times we let life get ahead of us. We let our negative feelings and our jobs and our schools and our work just take up all our time. And we don't really set aside time for us to do something that makes us happy. So I hope your takeaway, this is my call to action to you, is go do a craft. Go do something that makes you happy. Try something new. And even if it's bad, just have some fun. Put on music. And don't even show anybody. Do it for you. It doesn't have to be shown. I mean, I showed some, but I also did a lot this week that I didn't even show. Like I did a craft. Oh no, I did a crochet bag. I didn't even finish that, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Okay, isn't that all you could ever ask? Is to have fun. Have fun. I think we've lost the plot. We lost the plot. No one has fun. Have fun. Get a little whimsy in your life. What's the pain in having some fun? Yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. I hope to get into the habit of doing more videos, especially now that I've showed my face. Like, what's more to do? What's more to, like, yeah, you know. Now, I did just yap for like 30 minutes. That's crazy. Oh, bye. Bye. I forgot to say bye.